Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a recap slash review with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 4. It's titled Splash. Now, there are 6 couples, and I have to break this video up, and I hate doing that. So, this is going to be part 1. I'm only going to do David and Shayla, and Misha and Nicola, and Jasmine and Gino in part 1. After this, I'll do part 2. Part 2 will consist of Amanda and Razvin, the new couple, Kristen and Cleo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Riley and Violet. So right now I'm going to be doing David and Shayla. All right, let's get started. So David and Shayla, we see David, he is on his last flight to the Philippines. We see Shayla, she's packing a bag. She said she is happy, excited, and a little nervous. She said she is spending a couple of days in the hotel with David. She tells her son that she will bring David to meet him. She tells us that she wants intimate time with David. Excuse me. She puts on a dress with the back out and some strappy shoes, and then takes a taxi to the airport. She gets to the airport. When they see each other, she runs to him and hugs him. It was really touching. It brought tears to my eyes. They hugged for a long time. David said in his confessional that he could smell her hair, her perfume. He felt her soft skin, and she felt good in his arms. That's so sweet. He said he was happy, and he will never forget. He'll never forget this situation, this time. That was so nice. It cried. I cried. It cried. I cried. It brought tears to my eyes. So Shayla talked to him by texting. She welcomed him to her country. And then she asked him what he thought of her. And he told her she is so beautiful. And Shayla seems to know a bit of sign language. Well, I like them, and I hope they make it. And that's the end of Shayla and David. Next up is Misha and Nicola. We see Misha on her way to the airport to go to Israel to meet Nicola. She'll be there for 2 weeks. Her daughters dropped her off at the airport, and she's excited to meet Nicola. So 12 hours later, we see Nicola spraying on cologne, combing his hair, getting ready to meet Misha. So he goes to the airport to meet her, and he's too excited. When he sees her, he waves her over, and he called out her name, and they hugged and kissed, and they hugged and kissed. And they told each other that they loved each other, and they met each other's expectation. So they put her heavy luggage, she had about 4 suitcases, big suitcases. They put her luggage in the car, and they said a prayer that the car didn't break down, because her luggage, she had so much luggage, and they were heavy. So Misha finds out that Nicola is not the best driver. And hey, neither am I. I hate to drive. I'm not a good driver, and I'll say it. I hate it. So they're going to stay in a hotel for 8 days because they can't go to his place because his mother is there. Nicola said his mother does not know about Misha, and she can react in a very bad way. So this church man who's so religious is lying to his mother, and he's putting it out there on national TV that he's a liar, right? When they reached the hotel, Nicola made sure the room that they booked had 2 beds. But just because the room has 2 beds, that don't mean they're not going to have sex. That don't mean they can't have sex. I mean, so what? Just do it one bed one night, the next bed the next night. You know? Okay, so Nicola explains to the guy at the front desk that Misha is not his bride yet. But the man at the front desk, he didn't even seem to care. He said, you know what, somebody come get your luggage. You don't have to worry about your luggage. You go up to your room, someone will come get your luggage. He didn't care that they weren't married yet. Why did he even have to explain that to the man? So they get to the room, and there are two beds in the room, but they are twin beds, tiny beds, twin beds. And she's coming on strong to Nicola. She pat him on the butt. Then he lie down in his bed, and she goes and lie down right next to him. And he said, your bed is over there. So she tells him to go get them some wine while she unpacks. When he comes back to the room, she got her crap all over the place. All over the place. And Nicola tells her that it looks like a warehouse in their room. To me, it looked like a junkyard. Nicola said it looked like something exploded in their room. It looked like an explosion. And let me tell you, they didn't even seem to tip the guy that brought the wine. I don't think they tipped that poor guy. Anyway, Nicola let her know that there is not enough room for all her stuff. And Nicola asked her if they're going to live like this for 8 days. And she told him she has another suitcase to unpack. And he better learn to love it. Then he said, okay, and gave her a hug. That's some crazy crap. I would not stay in that hotel room with her. That's too much crap she has. That's ridiculous. So Nicola said Misha has 10,000 pairs of shoes and 10,000 pairs of pants. He said she's like Celine Dion. What do you know about Celine Dion? So then they're sitting down, they're having their wine, and they're eating, and he feeds her food. He puts food in her mouth. And it doesn't even seem like she liked that food. He just shoved it in her mouth. Then he tells her that if she had the annulment, he'd marry her right here, right now. But she's like, hey, wait up. She didn't agree with that. She's like, we have to get to know each other first. I can't marry you just off the bat like that. I would have to get to know you first. So he says, don't you want to marry me? And she said, we have to get to know each other first. And he goes, fair enough. But then in his confessional, he said he doesn't think they should wait to get married. As soon as the annulment comes through, they should get married right away. He said, if God brings somebody into your life, accept it. And he said he's surprised that she doesn't feel the same way he feels. But anyway, they said their prayers and they went to bed. And that's the end of Misha and Nicola. Last but not least, Jasmine and Gino. Okay. So it's the last morning it's the next morning after the peeling of the potatoes and the carrots and the beets, right? And Gino and Jasmine, they apologized to each other. Jasmine told us that Gino took a blue pill and woke her up with a poke in the back. She said she was surprised because it was good. She said, but Gino did not have an orgasm. Jasmine said it's the 7th time since they have been dating that they had sex. They've been dating for 2 years now or something like that. Jasmine asked Gino if they can do it more frequently. Gino told her, let's see what happens, okay? Don't get all excited. Just pump your brakes. Let's see what happens. He said, I don't want to plan anything. He doesn't want to say, okay, we'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and he's like, oh, no, I don't feel like it. So he doesn't want to plan anything. I understand. Why plan it? Let it happen naturally, right? So he distracts her by giving her a gift. And it's a travel pouch. And Jasmine is not impressed. She wanted a diamond bracelet. She wanted something nice and expensive. But that's what she gets. She haven't paid for her extensions. She haven't paid for her, what else did he pay for? He paid for her nose job. He paid for her teeth. He paid for her lips. He paid for her boobs. He's paying for her apartment. He's paying for her lifestyle. He can't afford to buy her a diamond bracelet. If she dumbed down, if she stopped making him spend so much money on her, he'd probably be able to afford to buy her a diamond bracelet, afford to buy her expensive gifts. So next, Gino gave Jasmine a bundle of hair, of her hair extensions that she asked for. And he told her that one bundle cost him $330. Jasmine told him that she needs more than one bundle. She needs 10 bundles. But Gino thinks he's slick because Jasmine had already told him that she needed more than one bundle. The very first episode, the very first scene was him on the phone with her telling her that he got the bundle. And she said, I don't need a bundle. I need more than one. So he thinks he's slick. He knows she wanted more than one bundle. She told him that the hair that she has on her head now costs $3,500. Who you think paid for that? Gino. Jasmine told him if he wants a beautiful wife, then that's what it takes. Gino tries to tell her about spending within a budget, and she cuts him off. And she told him that she is not going to stop wearing her hair extensions. And Gino got scared, and he told her not to worry. Don't worry. Gino says in his confessional that Jasmine thinks she can spend his retirement money, but she can't. Why didn't he tell her that? He got to wait to say that in his confessional. Okay, and Gino says he thinks that if he brings up the prenup, Jasmine might explode. There's no might about it. She will explode, Gino. And that will be your arse. Next scene. They go out to eat, and Jasmine tells Gino that she wants to massage his feet with a happy ending. Gino looked disgusted. He tells her, no, just the massage. That's all I want is the massage. She asked him why not with a happy ending. And he said, just the massage, all right? That's all I want, just the massage. Jasmine is too pushy. Maybe if she backed off of him a little bit, he'll be more interested in having sex with her. But she's just too damn pushy. I think she robs him of his masculinity. I think that's what she does. Anyway, Gino tries to explain to Jasmine how he has worked all his life to be financially stable. But she cuts him off. She asks him if he's going to lose his money. He should have told her yes. He's going to lose it to her. But he says no. And he's trying to tell her something, and she wants him to cut to the chase. So he tells her, very nervously, that he wants to talk to her about how she feels about signing a prenup. He didn't ask her to sign a prenup. He wants to talk to her about how she feels about it. He never asked her to do it. He just wants to know how she feels about doing it. But at first, Jasmine says nothing, and I'm pretty sure she wants to punch Gino in the throat, because all she heard was the word prenup. She didn't hear how you feel about talking about it. She didn't hear that part. All she heard was the word prenup. So Gino is sitting there, and he's terrified. He's trying to talk. He can't get his words out. He doesn't know what to say. His eyelids are moving back and forth. His hands are moving. He's scared shitless. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't pee himself a little bit. He was terrified. In the midst of him stammering, Jasmine gets her words together and she says, "You think I'm marrying you to get divorced?" She told him he sounds stupid. She told him from the bottom of her heart, F you. She said, F you 100 times F you. She tells him that he's very disrespectful. Gino told her that this is how our argument always go. You get upset and he said you get upset and then that's it. Jasmine removes her engagement ring and told him that they are no longer engaged. But I didn't see what happened to the engagement ring, though. She didn't give it to him. She didn't put it on the table. What happened to the ring? Where did the ring go? Anyway, next scene. Back at the apartment, Gino tells us that Jasmine has not spoken to him since the day before when he mentioned the prenup. He said Jasmine slept in the other bedroom last night. So Gino writes a proposal for Jasmine that protects her. And I don't think Jasmine understands what a prenup is. A prenup can protect both of them. She can say what she wants, he can say what he wants, and then they could come together and they both get a little bit of what they can come together with an agreement, and they both can get what they want, a little bit of what they want. But Jasmine's problem is she's greedy. She wants all this man's money. She wants everything. She's being freaking greedy. She wants everything. So Gino goes to Jasmine and asks her to talk. And she probably think that now he's coming to grovel at her feet. Because she comes out there, ready to talk to him. She thinks not spending the night sleeping with him is punishment enough for him asking for a prenup. When he really didn't even ask for a prenup. He wanted to know how she felt about talking about a prenup. But she punished him by not sleeping in the same bed with him. That's probably the first good night's sleep Gino's had in a long time. So they sit down to talk, and Gino made the mistake of asking her, "How are you doing?" "What are you asking her that for, Gino?" Jasmine said, "I'm disappointed. I'm mad at you." "Well, Jasmine, you're not mad. You're angry. A dog gets mad. You're angry." Yeah, she said, "I'm disappointed. I'm mad at you." And then she starts fake crying. That woman can cry on demand. Somebody needs to put her in a movie. Because she just knows how to cry. She cries, she stops. She cries, she stops. She just knows how to turn it on and turn it off just like that. So Gino tells her about his fabulous proposal. But Jasmine does not give two damns about his proposal. She told him if there is no effing... She told him if there is no effing prenup, she's not going to marry him. Oh, she said if there is a prenup, she's not going to marry him. She don't even know what the prenup said, what the prenup would say. All she hears the word prenup. To her, prenup means she gets nothing and he keeps all his money. So Gina tells her that shows him that he said, "That shows me how much you love me." And he gets up and walks off. And Jasmine says, F you, you're such an idiot." Mind you, she was just crying. Now all of a sudden her tears are dried up and she's cussing him to the gods. Yeah, her tears are all dried up and now she's cussing the hell out of him. She tells him, F you, you idiot. You're wearing you hat-wearing a-hole. You non-coming bastard. She didn't say all that. I just threw all that in there because, hey, she would have said all that if she remembered. If she wasn't concentrating so much on fake crying. But she's cussing Gino out. She's just cussing him out. So Gino goes and he lies down. And Jasmine goes back to the other bedroom. And fake bawls her eyes out some more. And she thinking crying will get Gino to feel sorry for her and change his mind about the prenup. And give her all his damn money. So they're interviewing Gino in the bedroom. And he's saying, "I can't talk to her. She's always yelling and screaming." Which is true. And she doesn't give a shit about what he says. All she wants is what she wants. Which is all this man's damn money. For some reason, she thinks she's entitled to all his money. Anyway, Gino tells the interviewer that he loves Jasmine, but he fears her temper. Which she does. Whenever she gets angry with him, she yanks his cap off his head. She throws his clothes out the door. She cusses him and calls him all kinds of names. She degrades him when she gets mad at him. But Gino loves her. I don't know how you can love somebody who treats you this way. So Jasmine hears Gino talking about her, and instantly she stops bawling and she marches over to his room. And Jasmine says to Gino, "Are you talking about me? Pack your crap and get out." But you know what? I think they set Gino up. They asked him questions about Jasmine so that he gets him to talk about her. Getting him to talk about her. Then a producer or a camera person goes over to the room Jasmine was in and said, "Gino's talking about you. Gino's talking about you. Come quick, come quick." Because how did she hear him talk about her and she's in the room all the way on the other end of the damn condo? He wasn't yelling. He was talking in a normal voice. There's no way she heard him. Somebody had to go tell her that he was talking about her. These damn producers, they want to keep the juice going. They want to keep the argument going. So they try to, amp it up. So yeah, Jasmine told him to get his crap and get out. Yeah, I think they set him up. Gino tells Jasmine, if you truly love me, you will listen to my proposal. So Jasmine decides to listen to the proposal. So Gino tells her that the title of the proposal says Protection for Jasmine. Gino said if he initiates divorce, the proposal says if he initiates the divorce, then Jasmine gets the highest amount of financial protection. So Jasmine does not like that. She, for some reason, she don't like it. So she grabs the proposal from Gino and she reads it. Then she says, "This means if I initiate a divorce, then I get the smallest amount." She said, "This means I'm stuck with you and I can never get a divorce." Before that, when he had brought up the proposal and he asked her to come sit down and talk, she said, "You think I want to get married to get divorced?" Now she's saying, "I can never divorce you. You know, if I do, I won't get any money. I'll get, chump change." And then she said, "It means I'm stuck with you and I can never get a divorce from you. But if you love him so much, why are you thinking that you're stuck with him? You should be happy you're stuck with him." So she said, "This means I'm stuck with you. I can never ever get rid of you." Basically is what she said. And Gino said, "No, no, it says except for cheating. So if Gino cheats, then she gets a lot of money." Jasmine don't like that either because she knows Gino don't like to have sex. So Gino ain't gonna cheat. So she knows that's not gonna fly. So she tears up the proposal and she throws it at him. And he says, "Well, I made a copy of it anyway." Then she told him to get his things and get out of her house. And he says, "No, I'm not going to do that." So Jasmine tells Gino that her ex is better looking than him and he has more money than him and he doesn't have problems having sex like he does, and her ex-boyfriend is younger and blah, 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 blah. And Gino told her that she is the worst sexual person in the world. And Jasmine says, "Go ask my ex if I'm the worst sexual person in the world." And Gino throws it back at her. Gino throws it back at her. Gino said, "Then why aren't you with your ex?" Exactly. Same question I wanted to ask. Why aren't you with your ex? He's so wonderful. He's so rich, he's so handsome, he's so young. He gives you sex all the time. Why aren't you with him? Right? But that question stomped her. She had nothing to say. She had nothing to say. She just walked off. So we see Gino leaves the apartment, and I think he took his passport with him. And I hope he did. I hope he did because I don't put it past Jasmine to hide his passport. I don't trust her. I don't trust no Jasmine. Well, this is the end of my review, part 1. I'll come back with part 2 and talk about the other couples. Princess on the Pill here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.